Welcome to the sports segment of the HGP Nightly News. I'm Sean Embrock and we start with cricket and good news for the West Indies. In the Baller Tri-Series, the home side, West Indies, defeated world champions Australia by 4 wickets on the heels of a superb Marlon Samuels foundation, where he stroked 92 runs in the chase. Details from Calvin Chapman.
Australia batted first and scored 265 runs. Usman Khawaja, who opened the batting in place of the injured vice-captain David Warner, led the batting charge before he was run out on 98. Skipper Stephen Smith supported with 74, and George Bailey chipped in with a useful 55.
Excellent from Khawaja up front, after losing Finch early, and then Smith and Bailey.
In reply, Marlon Samuels stroked 92 runs before he was dismissed to set up the game for Kyron Pollard and Carlos Brathwaite to guide the regional side home.
There it is, up in the air. We'll have enough on it. It's over. It's 6.
Chop down, this should be it. A couple of big blokes out there. It's going to be a couple of paces only for these two guys to get back to wrap up victory for the West Indies. What a good win that is. That's a beauty.
After 4 games, Australia is top with 9 points, and after 3 matches played each, West Indies has 8 and South Africa has 5. Coach Phil Simmons stated that the top 4's performance that has been lacking in the previous games allowed for the Windies to leapfrog South Africa in the points table.
The pressure has been put on the top 4 to make sure that they set up whatever we have to do at the bottom. We know how devastating we can be at the end of an innings with the players we have. So the top 4 has been asked to put their dancing shoes on and make sure that we're in a position that the latter part of the batting can do what they do, and they've done that today and they've seen us through.
International Sports Ambassador to the Guyana Football Federation, GFF, Canadian Football Hall of Famer Alex Bombrey's sporting goods collection and distribution drive to benefit local athletes of all sports disciplines. Details in this report. Hall of Famer and Guyana's International Football Ambassador Alex Bombrey unveiled another big-hearted initiative to support the development of sports at the youth and grassroots levels in Guyana. The Alex Bombrey Sports and Academic Academy Abbas Sporting Goods Collection and Distribution Drive will ensure young Guyanese athletes in underserved communities are equipped with the right training gears and equipment to optimize preparation and performance in the primary competitive sports of Guyana: cricket, football, basketball, rugby, track and field, cycling, boxing, and tennis. The venture, which will be spearheaded by Mr. Bombrey, intends to leverage his international fame and contacts to generate ongoing donations of sporting gears and equipment via targeted collections and distribution centers strategically located in selected international cities. The donations will be distributed on a needs base upon request by communities and organizations and with approval by designated Abbas officials in Guyana. And athletes to push for Olympic qualifying times at the Alien Pompei Invitational meet Sunday, June 18 at the Lenora Track and Field facilities. More in this story.
This meet also gives the opportunity for our local-based athletes to really and truly match their skills against international competition, and also the opportunity for the Guyanese public to see the people who will be representing us internationally.
Alain Pompey Invitational Track and Field meet will run off Saturday, June 18 at the National Track and Field Center, Lenora, West Coast, Demerara, from 15 hours. In excess of 30 international athletes are expected to compete with overseas and locally based Guyanese athletes. Athletes will also use the meet for qualification for the Summer Olympic Games in Rio, Brazil.
Important also is that this event gives our athletes in Guyana the opportunity to qualify for the Olympics. This is the first time in our history that they can do that. And I'm really looking forward with great anticipation and joy for at least 1 or 2 persons to be able to qualify in Guyana.
Athletes are expected from Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, British Virgin Islands, Canada, Cayman Islands, Colombia, Haiti, Ireland, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, St. Vincent, Trinidad and Tobago, the United States of America, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. West Indies women's captain Stephanie Taylor has been named to lead a strong Jamaican squad at next month's regional women's tournament in Guyana. More from Calvin.
The squad, which will be seeking to reclaim the title which they surrendered to Barbados last season, includes 5 other players with West Indies women experience. They are batters Natasha Morgan, Chanel Henry, and Shadeen Nation, and spinners Chanel Daly and Vanessa Watts. It's a pretty decent squad and one that we believe can recapture the title, Jamaica women's coach Cleon Smith said following the official naming of the squad on Friday at Sabina Park. There is a lot of experience and some talented young players that we hope will one day move on to the next level, Smith added. The championship is scheduled to get underway on July 3rd and end on July 25th across Guyana this year. And before losing the title to Barbados last year, Jamaica had won the tournament 5 years in a row.
And that concludes our sportscast. We want to invite you to take a look at the weather forecast.